start with some hip and knee movements. So we'll get into some squats here. Folding at the hips and knees. Arms can really be wherever you like. And then standing up, tracking knees with the toes. Inhale to sit. And exhale to stand. Good. Folding at your hip crease. Good. Sending the hips back. Keeping the spine in neutral. Keep the collarbones wide, chest open. And now let's add the arms. We're going to reach your arms forward as you sit and arms down as you come up. Reaching forward, maybe even lifting the arms if that feels okay. And then maybe press your arms behind you as you stand. Just getting a little more shoulder involvement. Draw your abdominal wall to your spine. And maybe lift one knee up as you stand, single leg balance. Coming down to two legs as you squat. Up to one leg, alternating legs. Moving at your own pace. Feeling that shift of weight, that transfer from two legs to one leg. Finding that moment of balance. And let's squat down on two legs. We're going to take one arm forward, one arm backward, and switch. Scissor the arms. Let's take both arms back and we'll circle the arms out, around and forward. Sweep down and back. Circle out and forward, down and back. Two more. Let's reverse those arms forward, sweep out and back, down and forward. Big arm circle. Last one. And let's stand up. Okay, let's take the feet out wide, wide parallel stance, hands to your hips, and we'll take some hip circles, yawning through the hip joints. Reverse. We'll come back to the center. Let's turn the legs out, stack your arms, and we'll do some sumo squats. Open the knees wide and stand. Inhale, fold at the hips and knees. Exhale, stand up. Good. Option to lift your heels at the top, lower the heels and squat. Four more. Let's squat down one more time and hold. Take your arms out to the sides, airplane arms, little circles of your arms. Stay low through the hips, open your knees. Reverse your arms. And we'll stand back up. Let's stack the arms again, and we'll take a twist to the right. Inhale through center, exhale, twist to the left. Inhale, center, and again. Rotate through your ribs and shoulders. Stabilize your pelvis and legs. Squeeze through the obliques to twist. One more each way. Get a little taller, squeeze through the abdominals. All right, back to center. Let's heel toe the feet back in, and we'll grab your weights now. All right. Feet underneath the hip joints, toes and knees pointing forward. Let's take some big shoulder rolls. Just waking up the shoulders a little more. And when you're ready, reverse. All right, let's turn the palms forward, collarbones wide, and we'll bicep curl here. Lift and lower the weights. Spread your toes into the floor. Lift through your pelvic floor and abdominals. And we're gonna add the feet. Lift your heels as you lift the weights. Lower with control. Focus your eyes on one unmoving point. Four more. Keep going with the arms. We're gonna add a knee lift. So a bit of marching, slow marching. Draw your knee up toward your sternum, standing tabletop. How high can you lift that knee without buckling the standing knee? Four more here. Stand on two legs. Let's bend the arms to 90 degrees and we'll rotate your arms out and in. External rotation and back in. Option to stand on one leg as you do this, single leg balance. Keep a little pinch in your shoulder blades the whole time. And if you're on one leg, switch it out. Let's stand on two legs again. We're gonna bring those weights just above the shoulders and we'll press up and bend. Exhale, lift. Inhale, bend. Now as you bend your arms, we're gonna squat down. Lift the weights as you stand up. Inhale, squat and bend. Exhale, stand and lift. Track knees over toes or knees in line with your toes. Four more. Lift up, stand up. Let's bring those weights together. And we're gonna bend the arms behind your head. Lift up. Inhale, bend. Exhale, lift. Again, option to stand on one leg, single leg balance. If you're on one leg, switch it out. Back to two legs, three more with your arms. And let's set those weights down to the side. Okay, we'll do a little bit more work standing. All right, you are welcome to hold on to something for stability. We're gonna bend one knee to about 90 degrees, and we're gonna keep the knee at that 90-degree bend. We're gonna move now from the hip joint. So you're gonna take your knee forward and up, and then take that knee down and back. Forward and up, down and back. Moving that knee as high up as you can without moving the pelvis, and as far back as you can without tilting the pelvis. One more. We're gonna bring that knee behind you as much as you can. Hold. Let's try and glue your knees together now, and we're gonna lower the back foot down and then pull that foot up. So now we're stabilizing the hip joint and moving at the knee joint. Trying to bring that knee slightly behind you. Pubic bone forward, navel back. Think pelvic tuck. So we're working the hamstring, the back of the leg, and the glute. 3, 2, 1, and shake it out, and we'll switch legs. All right, bend your free knee to 90 degrees, and we'll draw that knee forward and up, down and back. As far as you can go without moving the pelvis. Two more. Bring that knee back. See if you can bring it behind the other knee. Squeeze the thighs together. And now we're going to keep the thighs here. You're going to tap your toes down and lift the toes up. Tap and lift. Tuck your pelvis, pubic bone forward, belly button back. So we're open through the front of the hips. Keep trying to pull that knee behind you as you lift your foot up. 3 more. And let's stand on 2 legs. Legs together. Oh, let's come to a squat. Send the hips back. Open through the chest. We're going to take one leg straight back behind you. And we're going to take this leg up and down. Straight leg up and down. Now let's hold that leg up behind you. Little circles back here. Again, hold something if you need. Stable pelvis, stable spine. Reverse. And let's stand back up. Stand on 2 legs. Roll your shoulders back a few times. All right, let's come back down into that squat. Other leg, extend back. Up and down, straight leg up and down. Stabilize your pelvis and spine. Little circles, stable pelvis, stable lower back. Reverse. And we'll come back up. Let's roll your shoulders back. And then let's take some bigger arm circles. Reach up, back, and down. Reverse. All right, stand with one foot in front of the other. Standing heel to toe. Balancing here. Equal weight in both feet. Draw your thighs together, draw your abdominals in, collarbones wide. Option to close one eye, both eyes, or keep the eyes open and start to look around the room, turning your head. Switch legs. Equal weight in both feet. Squeeze your thighs together, draw your abdominal wall in, lift through the crown of your head. Option to close one eye, both eyes, or keep the eyes open and slowly look around the room. All right, and we'll release. Let's come down to kneeling. We're going to come to hands and knees. Knees under hips, wrists under shoulders. And we're going to warm up the shoulders a little bit more. Spread your fingers out wide, lengthen your spine. Okay, moving the scapula here. We're going to squeeze the shoulder blades together, sink your chest down. And now reverse that. Lift your torso, lift your breastbone up away from the floor, widen the shoulder blades across your back. And again, squeeze the shoulder blades, sink your chest down. And then lift your whole torso up, lift the back of your neck and widen the shoulder blades. Trying to keep your spine straight like there's a metal rod all the way through your spine. Moving the scapula, or initiate from the scapula. How far can you go each way? 2 more. Straight elbows. All right, widen the shoulder blades across your back, lift the back of your neck. We're gonna step 1 foot back behind you. We're gonna come into a plank position. Step the other foot back to meet it. And we'll hold and breathe for 10, 9, keep widening the scapula, lift the back of your neck. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's bring your knees back down underneath your hips. Okay, point your elbows back behind you. Let's bend the arms, diving forward. Squeeze your elbows into your ribs and push up. Inhale, bend, tricep push-up. Squeeze those elbows in. Exhale, press. Leaning forward as you bend. 3 more. Elbows into your ribs. Good. All right, let's come down to your elbows, down to your forearms. Okay, and we're gonna take let's do some dog at a fire hydrant actually. So we're gonna lift your right knee out to the side and lower down. Just focusing on the right leg for now. How high can you lift that knee? Rotate your pelvis. Waking up the outer hip muscles. Three more. And we'll switch. Exhale, lift to this side. Inhale, lower with control. Slowly lifting, slowly lowering. Building control in those muscles. 3 more. We'll take both knees down, sit back toward your feet, take a little child's pose just to stretch out those hips. All right, let's come to sitting with your legs in front of you. All right, option to use the weights here. You can hold the weights or not. Let's take your arms to the ceiling. Squeeze your knees together, press your feet into the floor and get as tall as you can. Inhale, we'll hinge back, take your arms forward. Exhale, lift your arms, lift your spine up. Inhale, lean back, reach forward again, keeping the spine straight. Exhale, zip up through midline. Squeeze your knees together, inner thighs connect to your abdominals. So we want to squeeze those knees to engage your inner thighs, getting that deeper abdominal engagement. 3 more. Let's lean back one more time, palms up now, little circles of your arms. Squeeze your knees together, press your feet into the floor. Reverse. And let's come back up, set those weights down. Hands behind your thighs and sit tall. We're gonna hinge back again. We'll stay back and lift one knee up, step down, lift the other knee up. So drawing your knee up toward your sternum or thigh to belly. Keep holding the legs, or you can let go and reach forward. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's take the hands behind you. Fingers pointing sideways, bend the knees a little deeper. Squeeze your shoulder blades, little lift in the chest. We're gonna press down through both feet, both hands, and lift your pelvis up. Hold for an inhale. Exhale, slowly come all the way down. Deep breath in. Exhale, lift the hips. Open through the front of your hip. Inhale, hold. Exhale to come down. 2 more. Press down through your feet, down through your arms. This time we'll lift and hold. Stabilize your pelvis, lift one leg up to tabletop. Step back down and switch. Marching the legs, stable pelvis. Good. One more each leg. And let's lower all the way down. Holding on to the backs of your thighs. Sit up tall for a moment. Let's roll your shoulders back. Just take a little rest, reverse. All right, a little lean back again. We're gonna lift one leg up, shin level with the floor, and add the other leg up. Finding your teaser balance here. Hold the legs or let go. We're gonna stay and breathe for another 15 seconds. For more challenge, you can lift the feet up higher, though you don't have to. Another way to create challenge is to lift the arms up higher, or both. 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's set the feet down, open your knees, little hinge forward. Reach your belly button toward your feet, open the chest, looking forward or slightly forward on the floor. Last thing here, let's do some push-ups behind your back, hands behind you. Fingers can point forward or sideways or somewhere in between. You're gonna bend and straighten the arms here. Four more. Bend the arms, come down, little pulses, up an inch, down an inch, up an inch, down an inch. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's come off the arms and let's lay down onto one side. We'll go into some side lying work. We're going to come to a tabletop on your side, so knees in front of your hips, 90-degree bend at the knee, 90-degree bend at the hip. And we're going to take some parallel clamshells, so we'll open the top leg and then lower down. Open and close here. Really similar to that dog at a fire hydrant, except that our pelvis is staying stable now. It's almost like your back is against a wall. Now we're gonna lift up. We're gonna take that knee back behind you, down and forward. So a big circle of your knee, up and back. Open through the front of that hip, down and forward. Stabilize your pelvis. Big yawn for your hip joint. One more. Reverse. Working slowly, as big a circle as you can make. So again, building control through those little muscles around the hip. One more. All right, right, we're gonna hover the top leg just above the bottom leg. And we're gonna stabilize the thigh bone as you extend that knee, straighten your knee, and then bend. Straighten and bend. Slow kick. 2 more. And this time we'll keep that leg straight, and you're gonna take that whole leg back. Press the top hip slightly forward and bring that whole leg forward. Bring the top hip slightly back. So a little counter in your hip, just to help keep yourself centered. Think top hip forward as your leg goes back, hip back as your leg goes forward. Squeeze through the abdominals, stable through the pelvis, ribs, and shoulders. This time we're going to take your leg forward, big circle up, back, and down. Again, stable pelvis. 1 more. Let's reverse that. Good. One more. How big a circle can you make? Stabilize your pelvis. All right, let's reach that leg behind you, bend that knee, reach back and grab your foot. Let's find a quad stretch here. Press your hip forward, pull your knee back, maybe even roll that shoulder back. Two more deep breaths. And we'll release. Okay, let's straighten out the bottom leg. Place your top knee down to the mat or to the floor. Lift and lower the bottom leg. Exhale to lift, inhale to lower. Navel to spine as you lift that leg. Connect your inner thigh and your abdominals. Hold your leg up. Let's take that leg forward and back. Floating that leg slightly off the floor, forward and backward, just exploring how far you can go. Let's take your leg forward and now lower your leg down and lift up, down and up. Hold it up, take that leg behind you, lower and lift back here. And let's bring that leg in line with your spine. Set it down. Let's straighten out both legs. All right. We're gonna lift the top leg just above hip height. Hold it here. Lift and lower the bottom leg. Zip it up through your abdominals. Draw the abs in. An option to take your hand off the floor for a little more work. Let's take little circles of the bottom leg. Stabilize through the top leg. Reverse. Hold the bottom leg lifted, up and down with the top leg. 3, 2, 1, and we'll lower both legs down. Bend your knees, heels back in line with the tail. Push yourself up onto your forearm. Elbow under your shoulder, lift through the side ribs, and hand on your hip. We're gonna lift the pelvis. Hold and breathe here for the next 20 seconds. Lifting your ribs, lifting your pelvis. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and lower down. Let's go to the other side. All right, tabletop on your side. So knees in front of the pelvis, 90-degree bend at the knees, 90-degree bend at the hips. And we'll do it. Take our clamshell, parallel clamshell. Stable pelvis as you open that leg up. like you're opening one flap of a book. Let's take a big knee circle. So we'll lift up, back behind you, open through the front of that hip, down and forward. Big yawn for your hip joint. Stabilize your pelvis. Reverse. Let's hover the top leg just above the bottom leg, stabilize your thigh bone, and we'll extend this knee and bend. Slow motion kick and bend. This time we'll straighten that leg forward, keep your leg straight, and now take the whole leg back, open through the front of the hip, and take that whole leg forward. Think about pressing that top hip forward as your leg goes back. Hip back as your leg goes forward, just a small amount. Hip forward as the leg goes back. Hip back as the leg goes forward. Stable ribs and shoulders. This time we'll go forward. Big circle up, back, and down. Big yawn of that hip joint, stable pelvis. One more. Reverse. And we'll take that leg back, bend your knee, reach back with your hand and grab your foot. Press the top hip forward, pull your knee back behind your hip, and navel to spine. We'll breathe and stretch for about 30 seconds. And let's release. Straighten out the bottom leg. Place your top leg down on the floor. Lift and lower the bottom leg. Exhale up, inhale down. Navel to spine as you lift. And let's hold that leg up. Take your leg forward and back. Floating that leg above the floor as you go forward and back. Let's take that leg forward, lower your leg down, lift up, down and up, down and up. Lift up, take that leg back behind you, lower and lift. Lift up, bring that leg in line with your spine, and then lower down. We'll straighten the top leg out as well. And let's lift the top leg just above hip height. Up and down with the bottom leg. Draw your abdominals in quite a bit now. An option to take your top hand off of the floor. Little circles of the bottom leg. Squeeze your abdominals backward into your spine. Reverse. Hold the bottom leg up, top leg up and down. Still floating through that bottom leg. 4, 3, 2, and we'll lower both legs. Bend your knees, heels back in line with the tailbone. Push yourself up onto your forearm. Elbow under your shoulder, hand on your hip, and lengthen your spine. We'll lift the pelvis up. Hold and breathe for the next 20 seconds. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and lower down. Okay, let's come onto your back. Okay, and let's find something to place between your knees, whether that's a pillow or one of your weights or a sweater, whatever you can kind of put between your knees just to give you something to squeeze into. All right, we're gonna do some bridging here. So shimmy your shoulder blades flat against the floor. All right, spread your toes, press your arms down. Take an inhale, squeeze the legs together. Exhale, press down through your feet and float your pelvis up. Hold for an inhale. And exhale, slowly lower down. Inhale at the bottom, keep squeezing the inner thighs. Exhale, float your pelvis up. Open through the front of the hips. Inhale, hold. Exhale to lower. 2 more like this. Come back down. Okay, we're gonna keep holding whatever it is between your knees. We're gonna straighten one leg. Okay, we're gonna try a single leg bridge here. So squeezing the knees in, take an inhale. Exhale, float your pelvis up. Hold for an inhale. Exhale, lower down. Switch legs. Inhale, prepare. Exhale, lift your pelvis, level the hips. Hold for an inhale. Exhale, lower. 1 more each leg. Switching again. Inhale. Exhale to float the hips up. Inhale, hold. Exhale, lower. Last time we'll switch. Okay. Let's grab one of the weights, whatever's. If it's not a weight between your knees, just set that off to the side. We don't need that anymore. We're gonna place a weight between your feet or between your ankles or however you can kind of hold that weight. And we'll take your legs up to tabletop. All right, arms heavy by your sides. Take an inhale here. Exhale, lift that weight up. Lift your feet up. Inhale, bend to tabletop with control. Exhale to lift, navel down. Inhale, bend. 3 more. Press down through your arms, tuck your chin. This time lift and hold. Little circles of your legs. Curl your tailbone up as part of that circle, pressing the lower back down. Reverse. And we'll grab the weight. Let's hold that weight with both hands. Feet down, arms straight up. And press your lower ribs down into the floor. So your lower ribs in the back and in the front, we're pressing those down. You're gonna try and keep the ribs down as your arms go back. Breathe in. Exhale, deepen your abdominal wall to lift your arms up. And again, keep your ribs down as the arms go back. Inhale. Exhale, deepen your whole abdominal wall to lift the arms up. Inhale back. Press your lower ribs down. Exhale, deepen the abdominals to raise the weight. If you want to add more weight, you can hold one weight in each hand. Press your lower ribs down the whole time. Three more. Arms up. Let's keep those ribs down. You can do this with a weight in each hand or with no weights. Let's take your legs up to tabletop. Imprint your lower back. And we're going to move opposite limbs. Let's take your right arm back. Left toes dip down toward the floor. Exhale, come back up to the starting position. Switch. Inhale, opposite arm and leg. Exhale, deepen your abdominals to lift up. Keep your lower ribs down. Keep your lower back down against the floor. Four, three, two, and one. Okay, let's set the feet down. Let's keep those weights, or grab them if you don't have them yet. And we'll do some tricep press. Bend to your forehead and lift up. Bending to the forehead and lift. Good. You're welcome to take your legs to tabletop, and you can add some leg movement if you like. Last 3, 2, and 1. Let's hold the arms up. You can set the feet down, and we're going to take some small circles just right above the shoulders. You're welcome to take those circles larger if it feels okay in your shoulders. Keep the weights in your field of vision. Reverse. All right, let's set those weights off to the side, and we're going to turn over. We'll go prone or on your belly. Take your arms out in front of you, hands a little bit wider than shoulder width. Float your forehead about an inch or two off the floor. Drive your pubic bone down, navel up. And we're going to keep the feet down. Lift one arm off the floor. Set it back down and switch. Float the other arm up off the floor. Lower down. Plug your arm into your shoulder socket and then lift. Plug your arm into your shoulder socket and lift. Keep that little lift in your abdominals. One more each arm. Press your toes down. Press the tops of the feet down. All right, let's take your arms out to the sides now. And float both arms up. Squeeze your shoulder blades together. Let's take little circles here. Squeeze your shoulder blades. Press the tops of the feet down, belly button up. Lengthen the crown of your head forward. Create more length in your neck. Reverse. And now reach the arms back by your sides, still with the arms off the floor, palms facing down. Little pulses up, 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 up. Roll your shoulders back. Squeeze the shoulder blades, navel to spine. Feet are still down. Another 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and we'll rest. Let's stack your palms, rest your forehead on your hands. All right, take your knees out a little bit wider. And now bend your knees, heels together, toes apart. Again, drive your pubic bone down, belly button up, squeeze your heels. And now lift your heels straight up to the ceiling. Squeeze your butt. Inhale, lower down. Again, squeeze and lift. Big effort, small movement. Inhale, down. Pubic bone down as you lift the heels up. And lower. Lift your belly button as you lift your legs. So that we're working from the hips and not from your lower back. So that abdominal lift is to help keep the lower back stable. 4 more. Lift and hold, little pulses higher. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, lower down. Hang out here or come into a child's pose or any stretch or restful position. Two more breaths. All right, let's come up to hands and knees. Back to our quadruped, and we're gonna do some twisting. So we're gonna take our right arm out to the side, lift that arm up, look at your hands, breathe in. Exhale, reach under to the left, keeping the left arm straight. And again, inhale, twist, open to the right. Exhale, reach under to the left. Inhale, open up to the right. Exhale, under to the left. One more. And we'll set that hand back down. Let's switch sides. Take your left arm up to the left. Exhale, reach under to the right. Keep that right arm straight. Inhale, reach open. Exhale, under. Navel to spine. 2 more. How far can you go? And we'll take both hands back down. We're going to do one more plank. Let's step one foot back behind you. Step the other foot back to meet it. Hold and breathe for the next 20 seconds. Just another 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lift your hips way up, find a downward dog-like stretch, or if you want to take a child's pose, you're welcome to do that. You can pedal the feet if you like. Okay, and we're all done.